on there live sooner or later, and it's supposed to be live, and I'm just going to continue working on my app, live streaming it. I have the speech delivery.customer solution that has a foundation folder, an account domain, shopping cart domain, delivery request domain, deliverer domain, and marketing domain. Okay, I'm not sure if this deliverer is actually necessary. I don't think it is. I'll delete the deliverer, and the delivery request can have that information in it. And I want to make this 4. Okay. And so the account has stuff in it that looks somewhat complete, with the exception of a data gateway. Okay. And shopping cart is what I want to bang out. Shopping cart doesn't have anything filled out yet, right? In regards to view models. So that's probably what I want to start working on. So I'll scope to the shopping cart and module or namespace shopping cart dot view models. I'm going to have a module, and this will be called categories. No, it's not a module. I'll have a type called categories, and that is going to be a class, and it'll probably have some member, say member, I don't know, val, remember x dot load. Okay. And that load is going to have some type of side effect. All right. Products, it's the same thing. And checkout, I'm not going to be concerned with that yet. So this is where I want to get into TDD, and specifically, I want to go to my shopping cart.test, and there's a categories here. Okay. And so all this is pretty much domain logic, and they're not really incorporating the view models. So this is where I want to start adding tests for view models. Test, and I'll say let, and then load categories view model. Okay. And over here, I'm going to have a setup. You're going to have a test, and you're going to have a verify. Okay. Assert.fill. All right. So now what? You have a let in the view model equals, it would be something called categories. Okay. And I can go ahead and import this namespace. So I could say open shopping cart.viewModels. All right. So that's my view model. And this view model should call a load whenever it does get compiled. All right. And I want to verify what? I want to verify that my view models dot categories 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 in this case dot I could say dot count or dot length. In this case, how do I want to do this? Type that into a see, this is MVVM, so this is going to be an observable collection. So it'll be a dot count. It's going to be greater than 0. Okay. And so sooner or later, I'm going to need a system dot link. And I need to add a categories property. So over here, I say member x dot categories. And how does this work? I think it's with it, with get set. Something like that. I think it's with get and set. And or is it with get equals what? That and set v, and you can say categories over here equal v, something like that. Not sure what the exact syntax is, but I know that there's going to be a let categories backing field equal, and then you can say observable collection. It's going to be of what? Right now it's just going to be of string. Okay. All right. And equal I'm not sure how this is going to work. Unexpected keyword with I guess I could quickly figure out what the syntax is by going to home and going to maybe this over here, view models. And the way that this stuff is typically set up is you have a member state and then you have with. Okay, so you have something like this. So I wasn't supposed to have an equal sign. Okay. Categories. and then category over here. And over here. Okay. Now this is supposed to reference UI logic down here. Okay. And I guess I could say open UI logic. Is that gonna, come back. Open UI logic. Over here it says that the value is not mutable. Consider using, okay, let mutable categories. Okay. Still doesn't know what base is. That base is going to be in reference to my UI logic. No. There's a view model base that I need that to rely on. So something like inherit view model base, like that. Control Shift B. Return back to my load categories. And now what? It says that I need to have a reference to, I assume, UI logic maybe. Okay. Control Shift B. All right, so now it's saying that my ViewModel.categories.count says this function cannot be applied. Okay. Okay, Control Shift B. And check that the project reference is valid. What is it talking about now? I'll go to my output window. It complains that it's unable to, for a shopping cart.test, it complains that it's unable to find some things. So shopping cart.test says it can't find right domain. I don't understand. All this was building earlier. So what I'm going to do is close everything. I didn't mean to do that. Build. Close this. Reopen it. And cross my fingers and hope that those errors went away. Control Shift B. And I don't think those errors went away. Go back to build. And for this UI comment, I get the error. And I'm curious if I just build each one individually. UI comment, builds, okay. Control Shift B. Now everything builds successfully. All right, I'll go back to my test that I was currently working on. And this load over here, the verification is that categories don't get loaded. Honestly, I could say something like this, .any. And I need to assert that should equal true. Right now, it's going to be false. So load over here should take I'm going to call this a dependent. No, what do I want to call this? Yeah, I'll call it dependencies. Dependencies. Okay. And this dependencies type depend. I don't want to spell the whole thing out. Type the dependencies equals. Oh shoot. Equals. Okay. And there will be a for categories or query categories. That's going to be of right now. I'll say it's going to be a sequence or I could say it's going to be a string sequence. But it doesn't have to be. Well, for these dependencies, sequence is enumerable, so maybe it should. Mm, no, I'm making a list, and then I'll change it to enumerable. Okay. And actually, this for query categories is supposed to be a function, right? So this is going to be a function that is going to take a unit and do a string list. But a unit I don't like, so maybe it should take the customer and it gives a string list. Okay, now customer hasn't been defined. So what do we use for our shopping cart in regards to the language that we use? If I look at operations, you have a product. We don't have a notion of a customer, but in accounts, we have, if I look at that specification, account has a holder name, but that's more account specific. Okay. So if I go back over here, our specification for a shopping cart, I think should have a customer. No, a non-empty. Okay, I have a shopper. That's what it's called. All right, that makes sense. So, and there's a okay. In IO for the shopping cart specification, I want to load categories. So type I'll call it categories equals, and it's going to, in this case, take a shopper, and it is going to yield a result of categories. Categories can't be empty. It shouldn't be. Okay. This should go away. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Okay. So this would be load categories. But I want to use categories. Maybe I could just do that right there. And this categories over here doesn't appear to be defined. And it's not. So then I could say type category is a record that will expose a name that will be of type category name. Okay. Or you could say category name. No, name is name. How about that? Okay. And that's it for right now. We'll go back over here. Category. This browse over here. This browse over here. Okay, that's why. Let's already have category up here as foods and beverages. And over here, I just defined an unnecessary record called category. I don't even see it in here anymore. All right, so yeah, get rid of this. I don't need that. If I go back to my operations over here, I want to, yeah, I don't need this. What I need is, see, all this is IO. I don't need that because the categories can just be hard coded because it's just beverages and foods for right now. But then there could easily be, yeah, let me keep it simple for right now. So type in what? Type I'll just call this categories equal This just doesn't fit. Hold up. This doesn't fit in what I'm trying to do. So I don't, I say load categories, but it's not, I'm not really doing any IO. So this over here, I just need to show it. All right, I'm just going to make this pass. So this categories is going to be over here, a x dot categories. I don't need this, at least yet. I need chopper, but actually, I don't need any of this right now. Categories, I'm just going to have it's going to be a sequence of foods and beverages. And hopefully I could say observable collection, and within parentheses or its constructor say foods, beverages, like that. Now if I build that, then that builds, and this test should pass. Okay, and that test passes now. All right, so now what? Load categories, view model. Okay, what else we want to do? Well, we probably want to have a test for shopper selects category. Okay. So if shopper selects a category, then what does that really mean? Well, we'll have a view model dot categories dot we'll have a view model dot category equal, and then view model dot categories dot, I would say first. Okay. And for the shopper to select it, we then invoke a command called ViewModel dot view, okay, dot execute. So that's going to be a command. And so that will result in an event that gets triggered saying, in this case, viewModel.categories dot, and then I could say where function C equals food, okay? Something like that. And then I could say that I want to verify that there was a requested category should equal food. And in order to accomplish that, I have let mutable requested category equals right now nothing, but then there needs to be an event that gets exposed where we can have a viewModel dot category selected, and then add, I don't know if it's called add handler, I'll call it add, and then that's where I would say that a requested category, how's this work? Add, you have fun, and then you have category goes to, and then I can say requested category is going to equal category like that. And that's where I say requested category should equal food. Okay. Now this category selected needs to be a registered as an event. So I don't know, maybe I do it up here and I say let category selected equal event, something like this. Okay. And so then I have like this somewhere over here, I have a CLI event, which I say category selected, or I say, how do I do this? Member X dot category selected equal, and then I say category selected dot publish. Okay. And then over here, I have a member X category. Okay. And that category I spelled category wrong. Category category over here needs to get triggered. In order for that to get triggered, there needs to be a command that gets exposed. So member, and then this would be a x dot view, which is, I'm not sure how I did this. If I look at delivery requests, view models, the commands that are exposed, they look something like this. Okay. Okay. And so this will trigger a category dot selected category selected dot trigger. Okay. And that will right now this category is selected. It's just a unit. I wonder if I can do a x dot category. And that would need to be a string. Okay. Control Shift B. If I go back over here to my categories test, there's a category selected, which I don't need that. I think it's just category is what I called it. And it doesn't know what view model is, which is this right here. Okay. And there's a view model dot. Let me go back. View model dot category selected dot add. And it should have been something like this. And so then I can say this category should be ViewModel.categories dot single. Okay. Control Shift B. Everything builds. Shouldn't have compiled though. And okay, so now what I want to do is I want to put a breakpoint there, execute that. And this category is a command. No, it's a string. All right. So sequence contains no valid whatever. Categories is foods and beverages. Okay. So I'll put an S over here. Attempt to rebuild that. And is that going to make a difference? No. Okay. So now I run this in debug mode. And When I call execute on here, oh shoot, hold up. It's foods. That's why. Okay. If I, nope, that's not it either. It's capital foods, like that. That should go green now. And that's green. All right. So now I have shopper selects, in this case, a category. This category happens to be foods. And the requested category got recognized as foods. All right. So that's done. Now what? Oh, so far I am building out my categories view model, and I think that's it for right now. I don't think there's really much else to do. So they select that within the actual application logic. The application logic is going to register to this category selected, and it's going to load the page for, it's going to load the foods catalog. And so that would be here. Okay. And maybe I should call this products. Okay. What do I have an alarm going off? Oh shoot. Oh no, I'm supposed to be doing that Saturday. Okay. So the next item on here is supposed to be products. Okay. And this products is going to be a, kind of want to call this a catalog. I want to call this catalog. I don't know how to spell catalog. Okay. I like catalog better. And catalog like this. All right. It's catalog. Okay. This test should be called catalog underscore catalog. All right. Underscore catalog. Okay. Control Shift B. And within my catalog view models, that's definitely going to have a load on it. And that will need to take into consideration the view model. And I'm going to take a break right now. I don't have it in me to keep coding, but you have a test, and then you have a let, and then you have a setup. Well, come here. You have a setup, then you have a test, and then you have a verify. Okay, and so over here, add food to cart, you're going to have a load catalog, something like that. And so then we'll immediately do a assert .fill for right now. And we'll have a ignore attribute over here. And say that's going to be to do. Okay. And so there's going to be this notion of a let view model equal catalog. Okay. And what about the catalog? Well, we want to load that catalog view model, right? So we'd say view model.load like that. And what about the load? Well, we want to say that our view model dot products dot any should equal true, like that. Okay. All right. Well, do we have a products on here? No, we don't. Okay. So we say, you know what? We just bite off of this categories over here. How do you spell category? I think that's how you spell category. C-A-T-E, cate. We'll just take this right here. Actually, we'll take this whole thing right here. Yeah, we'll take this right here. And we'll go ahead and copy paste inheritance, and then we'll just call this products. And then we'll call this product. Okay. And what else will this we'll just bite from this, and we'll do this right here, and then we'll call this products, and then we'll call this one down here product. Shoot, call this one down here product. Okay. And now what? That's not what I wanted. What the hold up. Observable collection, do that. And this is supposed to be product. And I already see an issue with the file that I had earlier. This needs to open UI logic. Okay. And over here, this is supposed to be category. Okay. And this needs to inherit view model base. All right, Control Shift B. Which if it does build, I'm going to get, okay, so that needs to open system.link. Open system.link. Okay. And that builds, but I'm going to get a red. I'm going to get a failure because I'm not loading anything over here. And so that's where I'm going to have a dependency on IO. So I'm going to have a You can say I'm going to have a query. Query, and this is going to be it's going to be what? This is going to be a query, or I'll call this a loader. And this would be a load catalog or something like that. And that load catalog is supposed to be like a function. Okay. This is going to talk to IO. Something to that effect. And which means that this is still a shopping cart. So there's a browse right here. Okay. There's a browse function. So I don't know if I really want to call that browse anymore. I'm going to call it load. Based on the category, it's going to load a non-empty list of products. Okay. So now I'm going to call that load. Call that load. And that's going to be of load, which is not going to know what that is, but will it? Is shopping cart.operations.load. Open shopping cart.operations. So this view models has no clue what my specification is. Shopping cart specification. Okay. Is that enough? .io. Okay. So then this load should be a load, and I thought it was like a category in here. So this load should I need to pass in the category. So you have category, and then I have category. That. So then you basically have a, I wonder if I could do this function. No, I can't. I could do something like category is going to be pipes into a function that when I do pattern matching is going to be foods or beverages. Okay. And well, if I do that, then that's when I can do a load. And honestly, that load should just take the category period. So I don't really need this. Okay. This load will take a category and it's going to have a result of non-empty products. And so I can say, how do I want to do this? Let products, oh boy, shoot. Let, say, call this result equal load category. And then, well, or I could just say load category, and then I can, or I could say category load. Say category load, and then pipe that into a function that will be error message that I don't know what to do with yet. It's either error or it's going to be okay. If it's okay, then I have my products, and well, my products like that, and then I could say that my x dot products will be in this case, all this is a string right now. That's not what I want. I want this to, okay, so now this is no longer, we need to get rid of this and we need to make this the actual product. Okay. And so now I could say that dot products equals, you could say you could say observable collection, in which we're still leveraging or utilizing products, and then we can say that this is going to take P. But that's a non-empty P. So there should be a P, and there should be a non-empty to list. Oh yeah, I'm smart. I did this. All right, so that message over here is not being used yet. I mean, it will eventually, but it's not important right now. And what else will this? It says any's not defined. Oh, okay. Well, any's not defined because I don't have a reference. Oh, I do have references. System.link. Products is a. How does that work? Products, you need to be. Oh shoot! Hold on. How does that work? View model. Oh shoot! All right. So this needs to be a. I need to qualify this with the shopping cart.viewModels category or catalog, whatever you call it. And that's going to need a load operation. That load operation for right now should be in our the shopping cart.test API. Yeah, this is going to shopping carts test API. And here's the, I need to call that load. That's what we're looking for. And I'm going to get hella of errors everywhere. Control Shift B. And namespace is not defined. Maybe you want one of the following. So this language over here. Okay, that makes sense. That right there. Okay, Control Shift B. And we're going to have several of this right here. Oh, shoot. Do that. And one would surmise that I should be able to do this over here. God damn it. Why can't. Try this one more time. Okay. And anywhere else, test API not defined. Okay. All right. And what else? It says load is not defined. And change it up here. Okay. And comment this whole thing out for right now. Okay, cool. All that builds. Now what? There's it should just be a load for my, let me see. For my test API, how do I do this? My shopping cart.test API, there's an operations.load. Operations. No, you don't like that, do you? Oh, hold up. Over here? Operations. No, you don't like that, do you? Okay. Or let loader equal load like that. And I would throw that in here. And it says that it wants a category as well. So that category, I could just say like foods. Okay. Okay. Now the question is, what really prevented me from doing this? Nothing. Okay. Now, this load, does it actually do anything yet? Boom, 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 boom. It should. Okay. So if I get rid of this over here, and I attempt to build this, are you gonna go green for me, baby? Will you? He goes green for me. All right, that's what's up. All right, so we load the catalog. for foods. And I mean, I could get a free test, which doesn't really have that much value, but beverages, beverages. Okay. Get all that for free. All right. So I'm gonna take a break from that. Yeah, I could take a break from that. 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 Take a break from this. Take a break from that. And kill all this. So what has been accomplished so far? There's a shopping cart that in the view model section, that's what I'm filling out so far in this video. I loaded I implemented the categories for the most part until I start doing the actual UI. In addition to that, I also have partial implementation for loading the catalog that's based on the category. Okay. Checkout, I didn't do anything yet. This catalog is going to be interesting. One thing, your product, you have product ID, name, price, description. There probably needs to be an image on here. So that's something that's something that needs to be handled sooner or later. But this is progress. I have approximately 38 tests on here, and I am signing out. I'm taking a break. Peace.